The training of these poor creatures to turn themselves into fighting machines is simply barbaric. 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 Let that word resound from hill to hill. Barbaric.
Welcome to episode 2, live from Myrtle Beach, Keith. Are you excited?
I wasn't at first. I was maybe at a 9. Now I'm at a 10.2. I am off the charts. I couldn't be more excited.
Well, folks, we have got 2 huge matchups tonight. We have got Josh Cutshall against Cameron Cade. And also, we have got Johnny Skyler. John Skyler against Cauliflower Brown. Are you excited about seeing Skyler again in action? We saw him last week on Midnight Mayhem.
I love seeing that athlete. He works hard. He doesn't take anything from anybody.
Thanks for coming out to me while I was coughing. Cameron Cade, we saw him on Carolina Live.
That's right.
You got to see him. Tell me a little bit about that getting to see that man right there the other day.
It's always fun to see, you know, behind the curtain, get a closer look at these athletes. What a great guy.
Really nice guy.
Really nice guy. Charming, intelligent. Spoke to Amanda for 4 live hits. And that was live TV, so you never know what's going to happen. But I guess wrestling kind of trains you for that. So you're good to go.
Gave Amanda Kenseth, our own Amanda Kenseth from WPD News Channel 15, gave her a little bit of a lesson on how to be a professional wrestler.
Taught her so well she was able to body slam someone at the end of it.
That was pretty amazing.
It was very impressive. I ate up every moment of it.
Now, Cameron Cade, tell me a little bit, what did he call? He gave Amanda Kenseth a name, didn't he?
That's right. Off the cuff, gave Amanda her wrestling name of Amanda Fury. It was excellent.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Even good at naming people. I mean, is there anything this man can't do?
Well, we're going to find out as he takes on Cutshall tonight. Josh Cutshall. Good-looking kid from Aiken, South Carolina, correct?
That's right. Have you ever driven through Aiken?
I've never been to Aiken, South Carolina. I hear good things, though, I think. Now, we've seen Cutshall on Midnight Mayhem before. He's a little bit of a wild man in the ring.
Definitely a wild
different.
card.
He's got the beard going on. Cameron Cade, a very clean-cut looking dude. Both men, very athletic looking. The real, #real Cutshall right here.
And we got the selfie king in the other corner, if you will.
Cameron Cade?
Cameron Cade, the selfie king, self-proclaimed selfie king.
He's good at selfies.
He is the selfie king.
And this is what you learned from your 4-hour
behind the scenes, my 4-hour.
Your 4-hour adventure with Cameron Cade.
With Cameron Cade.
Now, was he okay to be waking up that early in the morning?
He was. I didn't sense any fatigue at all, and I don't think we're going to sense any fatigue in this match tonight.
Now, I'm thinking you're a little bit biased when it comes to this matchup. I'm looking at this as a sports competition right here. And you're already showing favorites. You're showing that Cameron Cade is your man.
Already in his corner. And
no,
I don't think I can be persuaded otherwise. He's such a nice person.
But I don't think you've seen Cutshall in the ring. Cutshall right here, strong collar elbow tie-up, using his height advantage to push Cameron Cade to the corner.
Now, for those viewers who don't know, it's because he was on the ropes is why they had to break up that, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just
rope break. That's what it's called. Look at Cameron Cade. Baseball slide.
You got to get out of the ring sometimes.
Trying to just get away as quick as he can. Cameron Cade.
Lining up his shot. And a beautiful kick to the chest.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, my.
Suicide dive. Off the apron. On to Cutshall. Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break right now. But when we come back, we'll get to see the rest of this matchup. It's going to be an exciting...
And you're not going to want to miss it.
No,
at all?
You're not. Cade off the ropes. Almost a crossbody.
Oh.
Cutshall kicks out at 2. Now, folks, in a couple weeks, we're going to have a huge matchup here on Midnight Mayhem. We're going to have Los Bandejos against the Bravado Brothers.
My personal favorite, Los Bandejos.
You are going to have so much fun watching this matchup, and I think I might even get a, I'm sorry I'm going to have to kick you to the curb, Keith, but I'm going to going to have old Tessa Blanchard be my color commentator for that one.
You're turning me in for a newer model.
Sorry, she's a lot prettier than you, Keith.
These are on the eyes. I understand. And the fans got a chance to see us tonight, which was...
The fans didn't get to see this huge crossbody from Cameron Cade. Cameron Cade still has a little bit more to do to get Cutshaw down. The fans were not happy with that count at all. Do you hear those fans?
They say 3.
Now,
but it's not up to them.
I'm telling you, though, Keith, in a couple weeks, we're going to have Los Bandejos take on the Bravado Brothers. You don't want to miss that episode of Midnight Mayhem. That is going to be one of the biggest matches that I can remember seeing on our show in a very long time, and I'm very excited and honored that Live from Myrtle Beach is going to have it on. Cutshaw.
It should definitely be a
huge lariat.
You never want to miss a tag team match on Midnight Mayhem. That should be a rule. If you have vacation plans next week, change them. Change them to the next week because you don't want to miss it.
Cameron Cade's still in this, kicking out at 2.
Teaching them how to count to 3. Lessons need to be learned here on Midnight Mayhem.
Cutshaw very, very angry right now that the referee did not have his cadence correct. That's what he's thinking in his head. The fans are ready to see Cameron Cade steal a W right now. It looks like between this athletic competition has been kind of one-sided for the past couple minutes. Cutshaw has been taking it to Cameron Cade. What's going on? Perhaps a superplex, perhaps something else we're going to see.
On top of the ropes is a place you never, ever want to be for either opponent.
Fighting back, Cameron Cade getting the alpha position here in the turnbuckle. Cade going up to the top rope, trying to go for a sunset flip, and it looks like he was able to connect right there. Cameron Cade fighting back to his feet. He knows he cannot win this matchup. Huge super kick from Cameron Cade.
Seeing Tweety birds fly around his head.
Shooting the half. 1, 2. Cutshaw still in this matchup.
Ref not making many fans.
The ref is not making many fans here tonight.
Definitely not making them happy.
You can hear the fans, the great fans here live at the Sportatorium here in Myrtle Beach.
Displeased.
Very displeased between this matchup with ref Mitch. Ooh, big cutter kick right there.
Wrapped up.
Folks, that is it. Cutshaw is your winner. I'm sorry to say, Keith, that was not the man that you wanted to win.
That was not. He put up a good fight, but it was just not enough to get the W. It was a well-deserved win on his half, though.
Cutshaw with that huge boot to the face, cutting off all momentum.
There at the beginning of the match, I thought with that suicide dive, you know, he's got the moves to take home the victory, but I guess just one move is not enough to make a match.
That's not it. Folks, we will be right back. We've got a huge matchup coming up. John Skyler against Cauliflower Brown. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
Why are we wasting so much time talking about the past when you should be talking about the future? You mentioned all those heroes, Jim Cornette, Tully Blanchard, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Yet you neglected to mention the biggest hero of them all, the Southern Savior. Because this isn't a hall of heroes. This building you're standing in is the hall, the building that the Southern Savior built. And all day long, all I've heard about is competition. Well, at this place, there is no competition.
John Skyler, I could hear you talking back, you know, 'cause that's where I was.
Hit him in them cauliflower.
Let me tell you something, John. I know you don't have any respect for professional wrestling. I know you don't have any respect for competition. You have no history. You have no knowledge of the history of catch-can wrestling because you never looked anything up a day in your life. Now, if you're man enough, I'll take you in a little competition right here tonight.
All right, folks, you heard it. Cauliflower Brown, very excited and kind of jumped the gun a little bit, challenging John Skyler to a matchup, not ready for John Skyler to attack him like that.
You know, we've seen John Skyler quite a bit on Midnight Mayhem, and he's no one to be trifled with. Cauliflower Brown may have made a mistake.
Folks, he took out the cauliflower.
Oh, my. But Cauliflower Brown is back and giving John Skyler a few things to think about.
Skyler off the rope. Skyler under the rope. Skyler out of the ring. Cauliflower Brown finally able to take off that beautiful T-shirt that he had on that said Cauliflower Brown on it.
You know, this is one of those matches that you just don't know where it's going to go.
I mean, you know, folks, take a quick shot of us right here at the desk, if you must. I'm here right now. This is our second matchup of the night, and I'm here with Terrence Dallard, the executive producer of Midnight Mayhem. You can go back to the matchup now. Thank you. I'm just going to stare.
You know, I know a lot about television, and Aaron, you know a lot about wrestling.
I also know a lot about wrestling. I don't know a lot about television right now. Cauliflower Brown trying to get those great fans behind him right now. John Skyler not making a lot of fans here in the Myrtle Beach Sportatorium.
You know, if you are an arrogant guy, sometimes that just rubs the fans the wrong way. Cauliflower Brown, he's got a great message, and that, of course, is to eat your greens.
Now, we saw last week, John Skyler took on Jackson James. You saw that matchup. Skyler making a name for himself here in Live from Myrtle Beach Wrestling.
Absolutely. You know, he's the type of wrestler, he's going to make a name for himself no matter where he goes. He's powerful, he's fast, and he's got a lot of big moves.
Now, Cauliflower Brown, a different kind of professional wrestler, not one that we see here on Midnight Mayhem that much. His style is called catch-as-catch-can wrestling. It's a very almost collegiate style of professional wrestling. His wrestling, catch wrestling, known as catch-as-catch-can, originated overseas in Europe. We saw it a lot in Britain. A lot of great professional wrestlers came from Britain, but their style is very chain wrestling based. Not something that you see every day here in the United States.
So what you're telling me is that this match has the potential to be more on the mat, in the ring, not working the crowd, going up on the ropes and making big jumps.
You're watching it right now. Chase Brown just did a beautiful double leg takedown on John Skyler, trying to go for a cravat chokehold right now, but he's not able to do it. He's able, though, to use that momentum to try to pin him right there in the middle of the ring.
It is interesting. You said collegiate, and it looks like he's gone to school for wrestling because he's using his legs to try and
right. It's riding your legs. It's hooking. That's what it used to be called. Professional wrestling used to be called hooking. And I'm not talking about what you're no, I'm not even going to go there.
Thank you.
Not even going to go there.
You know, we've seen John Skyler before, and John Skyler looks right now a little bit out of sorts, and that's something we haven't seen too often.
John Skyler looks like he's going through a tornado drill right now. He's got his head tucked. He doesn't know what to do when it comes to this kind of style of wrestling.
It looks like he's being tied up and pulled in knots right now. This is crazy. Look at that.
This is actually called a guillotine right here. This is a guillotine in the world of wrestling.
This is amazing. Cauliflower Brown is just going to school here. Look at that.
And now it's going almost like a Kimura or Americana right now, almost like an MMA hold. This is going to put all that torque on your elbow, your AC joint, and your shoulder. It's not going to be fun to be in.
Aaron, he's got his foot on the ropes there.
Chase Brown, Cauliflower Brown, had to break it.
You know, it's interesting. You know, I know two things about wrestling. One, it's not as easy as it looks on TV, and two, this can be a very painful profession.
You know, you hear stories a lot in the news right now with certain trainers of professional wrestling being put into the spotlight unwanting. They don't really want to be put in the spotlight because it's kind of a controversial thing going on right now. but back in the day, you hear stories of Stu Hart in the dungeon. Quote, dungeon. That's what he used to call his training facility. And what these trainers used to do to train these professional wrestlers would be, quote, stretching them. They would just stretch them and put them in holds that are very, very painful things to be put into.
You know, I can only imagine the leverage and the torque that's going into those joints right there. John Skyler, oh, he's
Skyler actually able to reverse it, but Brown knew a reverse to his reverse.
You know, that's one of the great things about a championship caliber wrestler. They know that they need to adapt. They try and overcome, and John Skyler right now is trying to adapt. He's very Darwinian in the ring right now, but Cauliflower Brown looks like he has an answer.
John Skyler looks a fish out of water right now. Skyler doesn't know what's hitting.
No, right now this is...
Looks like Brown is barring his arm. Skyler trying to get out of the ring. He is struggling to figure out what's going on.
You know, and that's the smart move right there. I mean, if you can't get it going in the ring, step out of the ring. Get yourself a breath of fresh air, as we used to say.
A breath of fresh air?
That's right.
The Ben Carson story?
That's right.
That's the documentary I did.
Oh, well, that's interesting. But purely non sequitur, I assure you. John Skyler is just kind of...
It was a new prescription for America, if you wanted to find that online.
John Skyler is just assessing the situation right there, and looks like he's slowly, and oh, look at that, he's
trying to bring it back to a more traditional pro wrestling style right now. John Skyler knows that after being Chase Brown trying to stretch him for that first half of the matchup,
right now he's
John Skyler trying to slow it down.
And the elbow, and
he's been working that arm this whole matchup. Look at that. Beautiful arm drag by Chase Brown.
Look at that. He's got the knee to the head. He's stretching out that shoulder. I mean, that cannot be pleasant.
No. We would like to thank one of our sponsors right now. Canyonero actually provided a lot of transportation to this event. We'd like to thank Canyonero.
Canyonero, the SUV for people who have a lot of people to drive with. John Skyler looks like he's just trying to stay in this match any way he can.
I believe that's the first strike in this matchup, other than the striking of John Skyler to Cauliflower Brown before this matchup started. Another arm drag.
And he's got
straight
him
into
again.
an armbar.
You know, that shoulder, he's not going to be able to play tennis next week.
Yeah, no. That's not going to happen. There's not going to be a John Skyler tennis match this week.
Well, right now, Cauliflower Brown is letting John Skyler get back to his feet. I can only imagine what move is next.
Looks like John Skyler might even actually go for a body slam. Just dumping him to the mat. Brown holding on and going straight back to that arm.
You know, I can't imagine how good that feels. It can't feel good at all. Look at that. Skyler goes through the ropes, trying to get out of the ring, trying to catch a break so he can maybe start thinking about what to do next.
Well, Skyler was not ready for this kind of matchup. You see a guy like Cauliflower Brown, you don't know what he's going to do in the ring.
You know, we were talking about this being a Cauliflower Brown match in the ring, but when we're out of the ring, this is John Skyler's territory 100%.
Phenomenal observation from Terrence Dollard, folks.
Thank you very much. Right now, it looks like John Skyler is going to press his advantage and press Cauliflower Brown's head into the wood.
Maybe stomping a little bit on those cauliflower ears that he's got. Now, folks, we didn't talk about what this cauliflower means. You think it's a vegetable, but no. When it comes to wrestling, there is a badge of honor almost when it comes to wrestling, and it's called a cauliflower ear. And that's when the cartilage in your ear from being hit against the mat so much, your cartilage in your ear starts to swell up and harden, and it looks like cauliflower.
Absolutely. Oh, look at this. Brown has got his momentum back a little bit.
Brown maybe a little unsteady when it comes to striking. He doesn't really know what's up.
Oh, those fans are getting quite a show, though, aren't they?
Folks, and you can see this live coming up next month in April and in May. 2 more shows here, live from Myrtle Beach, in the Myrtle Beach Sportatorium. You don't want to miss it.
Look at that. Skyler has the advantage so far.
Cauliflower Brown, his hair may be a little bit wild. His style might be a little bit wild. But I'm impressed by what I'm seeing tonight. Skyler, after winning last week on Midnight Mayhem, this man's taking a beating from somebody I didn't expect. Jackson James, a thoroughbred we saw last week take on, and John Skyler beat him handedly. And he's having trouble with this guy.
Well, you know, again, I think it's that difference in approach. It's that catch-style wrestling that you were telling the audience about not too long ago. But right now, John Skyler used his style of wrestling, the outside-the-ring style of wrestling, to
headlock him?
To
give side headlock him?
Well, to really turn the tide of momentum in this match.
What were you pointing at, Terrence? It looks like Cauliflower Brown trying to get back to his feet. The fans are starting off a little bit slow while watching this matchup. They weren't really sure of what they were seeing at first. They didn't really know what the hell was going on.
Well, you know, the amazing thing is Cauliflower Brown has won this crowd over with his old school style and his.
So not an old school look. Kind of looks like a hipster these days.
Yeah, and you know, I think it was the fact that he came out with the cauliflower, which is of course something that we should all eat a little bit more of.
John Skyler with that big boot to the face we saw a couple seconds ago, excuse me, and a huge side headlock right now. Cauliflower Brown starting to be worn down in this matchup.
You know, one thing I know about wrestling is that if you get someone in a headlock.
What do you know about wrestling?
Well, I know that it's on TV, Midnight Mayhem. But I want to point out, when you are in a headlock, you start to lose consciousness. You can't get blood, you can't get air. So right now, Brown looks like he might be out.
You see that on the other camera? You can see intern Keith being so into this matchup right here.
Well, you know, intern Keith is a professional.
So is John Gillum.
I wouldn't go that far.
John Gillum, Cauliflower Brown, trying to fight out of this headlock, this chin lock.
He's
trample the weak. You see, Skyler has it on the back of his trunks. It says, trample the weak.
Ooh, well, Cauliflower Brown is not weak, and he goes into the ropes, and
Big back body drop.
That looked
from John Skyler.
He kicks out. Still some fight left.
A very interesting matchup, something you don't see on Midnight Mayhem weekly. This is almost a different style for Midnight Mayhem.
This is the type of match that keeps you going the whole time.
Keeps you going like a cup of coffee.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. Maybe like a bran muffin. But this is the type of match where there's action all the time, and well, right now we're going to see John Skyler
from the middle row. Middle row.
Ooh, and he makes the mistake of jumping into a boot.
Hooking him up.
Two. Oh, he kicks out.
Only two. John Skyler still in this matchup.
Ooh.
Brown, another roll-up.
My goodness.
Brown is showing Skyler what's up in this matchup.
Ooh.
Almost a sunset flip. Chase Brown, hooking the legs. Pinning him up, Chase Brown. Getting those fans behind him. A huge super kick from John Skyler.
I didn't see that coming. Brown didn't see that coming.
Oh my God.
He's got the fortitude to get that shoulder up off the mat.
Cauliflower Brown. He's starting to become one of my favorites. You know, I say week after week, worst case scenario, one of my favorite tag teams ever. I'm going to say it. We get to see them here in the next couple months if you come to live from Myrtle Beach Wrestling here in the Myrtle Beach Sportatorium. But also, this guy's starting to wear a little place in my heart of love. I like this guy.
He is.
Here we go. This is John Skyler's finishing maneuver. Slice bread. Skyler going up. Cauliflower Brown scouted him out. Going back to that arm.
Again, that student of wrestling.
That Kimura right there. He's got a Kimura on.
This just looks painful.
It's absolutely awful. You see throughout the matchup, Brown has been working that arm, working those ligaments. And right now, this could be his time to win this matchup.
Well, he's trying anything to give Brown to get him off his shoulder right now, but that shoulder, it's just got to be agony for him.
The agony of defeat if he loses right now, if he gives up. He doesn't want to lose this matchup. John Skyler is 1-0 in live from Myrtle Beach. He doesn't want to be 1-1. Where's the love in that? That is you break even.
That's right. That's like going to Vegas.
You want to be 2-0.
That's right. You want to come home with $5, not be down 5.
And especially in a competition like this, when we are here for professional wrestling, we're here to watch professional wrestling and watch it as a competition here on Midnight Mayhem. It is a sport. And this man, we've seen John Skyler enough to know that this man hates losing.
Oh, look at that. He's gone for the ropes. He's a smart competitor.
Chase Brown has to get rid of this hold right now.
The ref is pulling him off. Oh, and he's knocked
And
the
Chase Brown knocks over Mitch.
Oh, no.
What is up with that, Chase?
If I'm not mistaken, is that going to be a disqualification?
Here comes Skyler. Skyler watching it. A hit right there. A low blow from Skyler. And Skyler, your winner, John Skyler, 2-0 because Mitch did not see that coming up.
You know, of all the bad luck, but then again, John Skyler deserves the W.
Folks, we have got a huge matchup next week on Midnight Mayhem. I cannot wait to be watching next week on Midnight Mayhem. We have got Chase Owens against Corey Hollis. You don't want to miss it. And also, the debut of Tessa Blanchard here on Midnight Mayhem.
Thanks so much.
The training of these poor creatures to turn themselves into fighting machines is simply barbaric. 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 Let that word resound from hill